Hello, everybody. We are number 11. And let's talk briefly what is working for me in this format and what's not working and how I like to approach it. Because I have some radical approach, I believe. If you guys know me a little bit, I've been really, when I figure something out, I really like to quote unquote force, but force with caution. So I'd rather call it drafting with preference, if that makes sense. And I want to talk about it a little bit. But let's talk what is actually what you want to be doing in this format right now. I think there's three big decks in this format, or three pillars of Pioneers Masters, which are Delve Control, which is usually Grixis. It can go sometimes Jeskai, Blue Rat, but most of the times you're splashing Anglers, you're splashing, what's the card again? Dreadbores, right? Then it's Red-White Heroic, and then there's Gates. So it's actually quite interesting because you cannot, like, these archetypes don't have much in common. Okay, you would maybe play Dreadbore in Gates, you would sometimes play a Shock in Red-White, play a Shock in Delph, right? But other than that, I don't know, heroic creatures don't fit other two archetypes. Gate payoffs don't fit Red-White Heroic or Control, right? Treasure Cruise you might not need in Gates because Gates have other ways to generate card advantage, if that makes sense. So it's really hard to start with cards that are generally good. So you have to make a decision somewhere in the draft. And I figured out that doing that earlier is maybe better. So you're kind of straight up forcing with an option. You're kind of deciding for an archetype based on pick one, pick two, like really early picks, but then still give yourself option to pivot if something extremely powerful goes late. I don't know, a Dreadbore, maybe a Treasure Cruise, stuff like that. And there's an archetype I want to talk about that I had a lot of success with lately, which is similar, well, which is just a red-based aggro deck, not necessarily a heroic deck, even though it has elements of heroic. Usually that's just one creature, which is 1 mana, 1/1 Crusader, a Crowan Crusader. I can bring a deck up because I have it here, so you guys, I can explain easier what I have in mind. Okay, so this is the one that went 7-2. I have it still up. Haven't claimed the price for the sake of this quote-unquote speech prior to the draft. I really like to go heavy red, but not focus as much on heroic. I'll still play Crusaders because they're quite insane with the Knights, with maybe Dragon's Mantle, with Witch's Mark, which is, by the way, maybe the top common besides Dreadbore in this format, which is kind of crazy. But I believe this is so important. The heroic aspect of the trigger, and then the looting, and even in Delve deck it works because it fills the yard. But you get the idea, right? But okay, so here's the thing. I'm trying to go really heavy red, and then I'm sometimes adding a color. I will splash Dreadbores often. I would splash sometimes some combat tricks like the +3/+0, +0/+3, and then go light on white, but won't necessarily play the early white creatures. Or sometimes I'll splash Treasure Cruises, or even go mono red. Well, depends like where it goes in the draft. But this is basically the principle how I like to start, and I would start with then cards like White Slash really early, Dreadbores early, and Witch's Mark. Just these three commons alone are really good first picks because they leave you like these are good in control as well. And Dreadbore is good in Gates as well, right? So you give yourself chances to pivot in a format where it's really hard to pivot. But I'm aiming for this sort of deck. I think this strategy is under the radar and underdrafted mostly because Heel Cutter is so good. I think Heel Cutter wheels tomorrow, but the deck is probably still gonna work. We got to see what new cards we get. Let's just try it. Let's try to put this to the test and try to maybe get to higher rank. We're on 11, starting 11. Okay, so let's see what is there. This is gonna look extremely controversial. I could take Dragon's Lord of the Tarka, which is a really good card, but I don't think you wanna ever play a 7 mana card in the decks I wanna draft. It's not a. It doesn't go into Grixis unless you splash it, which is another topic. It is splashable in Grixis because you can just pick some gates, and I would probably play it there. And it's really good in gates. I'm talking the 3 main archetypes. You could obviously then experiment with some suboptimal starts or tier 2 archetypes. But I'm gonna take a Dragon's Mantle because I think it's just so important. And it goes in either Heroic and Mono Red. It doesn't go into gates or control. But then again, whatever we're taking here, right? This is a sorely okay. It's okay in gates, but it's mostly a control card. So I'll just take that. I think it's either Dragon Mantle, Essence Scatter, or Dragon Lord Atarka for me. But we're gonna put the theory to the test. Okay, and here it's an easy heel cutter. It's really hard to pass a heel cutter in this format. Again, spirits are good, but they don't necessarily position you well because I think you get an edge from being really heavy in red because you can then double spell with mantles. Mantles get better. You can play like a 1-drop Crusader into another trick in the same turn. It just makes things easier. So I'm picking that heel cutter in. Overall, a pretty weak pack, I think. With this start, it's really hard to move, though. I have figured out that even a suboptimal red deck usually gets to at least 5 wins and sometimes trophies. I don't think you need the quality as much as you need the curve. You just need a curve, you need removal, and you probably get there. Easy Dreadbore. This is the one I really like to splash because with access to black, you don't need to play more than, I don't know, 6 Swarms. Maybe get a duel or something. Maybe an Evolving Wilds. Evolving Wilds helps you with Anglers as well, right? For the Delve. So you kind of still stay in heavy in red, but red board gives you something red doesn't do, which is kill high toughness creatures. So an excellent splash. Again, even though I forced some picks through, we can still pivot if nothing will be there. We have a dread board, we just need to abandon 2 cards. So see how like basically forcing is not necessarily just mindless strategy. And I know I'll probably get a lot of hate posting this video, but I've been having a lot of success with this. Okay, so this one is a little bit tricky, right? There's no good red cards. If we want to go Grixis based, maybe have an out, or even in blue-red, I could take Gust of Wind, which is a really good card. If we just think Heroic will get there, we could either take the removal, or red-white will get there, removal, or Martial Glory. So that's another out. Just draft straight up a 2-color deck. I think overall I like Martial Glory better than this, but I would always want one rest in red-white. I'm taking the Martial Glory. I think it's just a better card. And I think it's a better out with the cards we have than going for Gust of Wind. There's a land as well for Grixis, but yeah. Okay, and this is another one I would like to splash if I go green-red. But now we kind of have to make a decision. I could still take it, and then we're open to either of the splashes. This is really good if you go white, and even if I light splash white, it would be really good. I could also just take Felder Hammer, which is probably gonna be okay. It's way better in decks that have more power, right? Like mono red usually doesn't have that much power. So I'm really between these two, I think. Or the Rampy, but yeah. That card is actually pretty good if you get it. But the red green is not that great of an archetype in my opinion. Okay, so this gets a little bit awkward because we're taking we really want to be heroic with Fall of the Hammer, I think, with so many Fall of the Hammers. Could take this because it's just good in as a utility land. Although I haven't really been usually needing it that much or activating it that much. Now this is a really good control card though. I'm taking Fall. Okay, that's a little bit concerning. This fights well, and we will have a lot of instant or sorcerers. Pegasus is not. I don't think Pegasus is a great card. So the best card would be maybe Dryad. and green was kind of there. So that we could just maybe try to get into a green red deck. Maybe we get a Rampager slate. I think the upside there is too high. Wow, Treasure Cruise, but I'm taking the Mantle here. Mantle being kind of late, and there's some white cards, so we might even end up in Heroic. Okay, all the white wheels. Is it just the spirits here, or we go green for this guy? We have a Dryad. This card is actually pretty good. I'll take this because we can go more heavy into red with this. Even though the other cards are cheaper. Another fell, which I don't need necessarily, but I'll take it. Is this any good? I'll take a gate. I'll take this. Not exciting, but playable, I think. Okay, we got two of these, so we can maybe try to do something with that. We need to go cheaper, though. I think we don't really want to go Dreadbore out because there are just not enough black. And red is also kind of cut, so maybe we're just straight up Gruul. Green was definitely there. Okay, unfortunately we get the kit on here, which would be so good if I just went white, but now I think we just are drafting this deck. Could take ambush, but this actually helps us ramp into these, and then turn 3 incarnate is not that bad with all the fights and backup with tricks, so I guess that's a good plan. Well, another whip. I'm a really big fan of Crusader. It's not the best Crusader deck, like Fall doesn't fight it well. I mean, Dragon fight. Okay, this we can put on. Dragon Mantle is obviously great. So I think it's still Crusader over Roar. Because we have enough removal. But this card has just been excellent. I don't know how good it is in green, red, but if we still get enough red cards, I can see this deck just light splashing green. Like, this is what I'm always cautious in this format about. I wanna, like, when I go red, when I draft this sort of strategy, I wanna be heavy red. But this, we're a little bit too weirdly positioned, so I think we have to make a switch soon. What are we drafting? Are we just drafting red green, or are we still heavy red, splashing some green cards? Because we cannot splash them 2 drops, right? But yeah, we'll figure that out. Okay, so this I think is slightly better than Oath, even though Oath is an okay card. Salvo I like, but Ooze gives us a better curve out, and I think this is what we need. And here is probably where we have to decide: do we go straight up Gruul? Okay, and now it's this because Rampager is just sick. While Chain to the Rock is a great red-white card, there's another Crusader. Ambush would be a good. I mean, we could try to wheel Rampager, but the other one didn't wheel. And I mean, Rampager with all of these is kind of sick. Rampager, by the way, doesn't work with Crusader that well. So easy Wild Slash for me. There's a Guild Gate. This card has been great. And Savage Punch would be alright, but we already have 3 hammers anyhow. So I think this is coming together pretty neatly. This pack is just stacked for us. I think we don't need another White Slash, even though maybe it's just too good. Like, White Slash has been pretty insane, but we can take a Warhound. Fits the curve. Works with Crusader. Dryad is also good, but there's a chance we still go heavier into red. Engineer is also great, but I think just having 2 drops, and this is 2 drops / 3 drop. Another Crusader, so maybe mono red would get there. I'm taking the heel cutter here, so there's a chance this wheel, and then we maybe just have a red green deck. Take a utility land. Nothing we want there. This one has been underwhelming, but I still usually play one for the late game. Like with green, you can ramp into it. How many of these will we pass? We really don't want to play too many. Is this any good? We have a lot of targets, but how good is it's with fall? I don't know. I'm not playing. Am I playing 4 falls? I'll just take a land in case because we have 2 blue now. Maybe we get treasure cruises that we can splash or something. This is extremely late, but nothing for us. It's a briefcase in this. Well, there's a salvo, but this helps us get these early. That's a body. Not really that exciting in this deck though. But I don't want to play too many 4 drops. Because then with heal cutters and this kind of strategy, you just have to play these early. And this gives us a turn 3 um, incarnate. Should I ever play Furious, right? I think it's just Crusader. Even though right now, okay, we have some stuff for Crusaders. These don't really work unless we pump them somehow. But these work. Okay. Okay, we could still be mono actually. Because we gotten a lot in this pack. The martial glories maybe look better than all of the green cards. We'll see. Ooh, that's a bomb. That's a sick card, but there's also a knight which fits our curve better. I think we still gotta take Pia. Like, Pia is so good. It's between these two quite easily, although this would give us such a better curve. But yeah, audacity for the green. But we have 3 dragon mantles, 2 crusaders, which is exactly like we were aiming for as many of these the dragon mantles and some crusaders in these decks. So this is on a landslot. There's a pilgrim's eye. How many whips are we gonna pass? Crazy. Is it just a pilgrim's eye? Pilgrim's eye is not completely bad. You can first of all we can sack it. We can put the bestow stuff on it, and it gets us the splash color. Treasure cruise. No, all these packs are rough. Yeah, we're just gonna have to play green. We just have to play green. Is this card any good? Not good in this deck, I think. I don't want to play another warrior, but we could take that. Treasure cruise, maybe if we splash it. And then with 3 colors. Okay, Raptor is great. Raptor is also a creature that fights well. It's a 3 drop because everything here is a 4. Okay, another Raptor, easy. I would love an Evolving Wild. Mono Raptors. I mean, the Raptors are really, really good, so not complaining. I wouldn't mind a 2 drop. This is fine. Wild Slash, that can be a replacement for a 2 drop because it just kills a 2 drop. Kills most of the 2 drops in the format. Doesn't kill the archaeologist. Okay, this deck is definitely something. I don't even know how to build it because I guess we'll have to play green. Just gives us 2 drops. So this is our mono red, which is already 20 cards. But the curve looks a little bit sus. To be fair, if we get a Crusader, we have stuff to do, so we impact the board on 2 with Dragon Mantles. Oh, this is great. I really don't want 4th one. I think they're just clunky. Although now, I don't know, this also looks sus. Take the land. It's still gonna be green, right? It just gotta be. I just don't like it that we will have to play a pretty 2-color mana base. Like, we don't have 2 drops otherwise. Okay, so if I go for the... But that doesn't fix the issue, right? These are more late game-ish, and it's still a 2-drop if we get our mana early. No, I'll just go here. We just gotta make this switch. So I think we need at least like what, 7. This is a serviceable mana base. No, I think I'm cutting the briefcase. I'm playing Mantle, playing Crusaders, cutting one fall. Now we have to make 2 cuts, and that's the deck. Could cut Pilgrim's Eye. Last one is rough. What if I actually just don't play these and 16 lands? I'll play the green one. The green one is pretty good. Okay, that's the deck. Okay, Scant is super all in. Fine. There can be ultimate price. Other than that, there's nothing much. I take 5. How to make a decision now? I think we go here. It's insane if we get a mountain. We were also unlucky getting all the forests, but that's the downside of playing a 2-color mana base. Mm. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, otherwise we throw a creature away. They would go to 5 if we had 2 double red. Now this is rough. Okay. Well, get a 1/1. That's fine. That's the only positive exchange. But still a 3 for 1. Okay. It's gonna be rough. Wish there was a Death Toucher in green. Okay. Are they attacking? Wait, when does that flip? Whenever a land you control enter. You control 7. And what does it do? Yeah, they just make 4/4s. Okay, so we gotta kill it in response. Okay. Think we're safe to concede. We can try. Maybe they'll attack with too many creatures and then we get the 3/2, but even then. Wait. Did they forget to... Didn't they forget to do this? Oh no, maybe they plussed, right? Yeah, they plussed. Problems were pretty dead on the backswing. Yeah, it's not enough. This is looking really bad. That double red was really hurting us here. If we had the, if we dealt the +5 damage, this is game. But yeah. Okay, this looks a little bit better than the other hand. We're starting from 1. Turn 1, then the Hound. Okay, and we can go Heel Cutter. That's kind of crazy. This is how these decks are intended to play out. Need little Heel Cutter turn. This has regenerate or something, right? 2 counters regenerated. So they're on 4 mana. One thing to notice, we can get this back, Blood Rushing it. It's a little bit expensive though, but on 5. Briefcase. Makes a Chum Blocker. But Chum Blocker is not that great versus the Rampy. I'll go this. I know they can kill it, but it's just so much better than doing something with a Rampy. Because they can also respond. They cannot fight it, but they can shock it. There's a clear shot is 3 mana. So shock is the, or Draconic Roar. Well, never mind. They can shock it. They can fight it. They need to do it before we attack. Otherwise, the trigger goes on stack. Okay. I'll do it here because of clear shot. I don't want 2-for-1s. Could be something on the splash or in their third color. Is it maybe just a gate? It's maybe just a gate deck. I guess this probably means a clear shot. Yeah, I won't regenerate it, right? Because it exiles. I mean, it shrinks the power and toughness. We keep the Heel Cutter is great. Funny is, Regenerate wasn't around for quite a while. I don't even remember the last. Was this the last real Regenerate card in Magic? There were probably some random ones. But yeah, they're trying to avoid that mechanic. Ouch, that's a good one. So Heel Cutter here looks alright. I think we got him. Do it there. There's an argument to attack with this as well. That's fine. Okay, so I expected. No, the Dreadboard, will they go for Crusader kill? I don't think so. Well, what are they killing then? They cannot kill this. Yeah, Witch's Mark is really good. Gives us a 1-1. They always block both, right? If they decide to take the Crusader damage, they just that. And they go to 2, which means Shock is lethal. Crusader is lethal. So Crusader Heel Cutter is lethal. Crusader is the one we just lost. Had a long day. We get him to 1. Always awkward because I just didn't play that out. They just still do that. We get the Rampy back. Since the usage is growing next turn, probably. They're at 1. Yeah, I didn't play a shock this game, no. Play a flyer. Flyer is definitely lethal. Okay. He's both trample, so that's 10 damage. I then they did get a they did have a Dreadbore. I don't think they can attack though. Yep. 1 card. So this is technically does it, but if they have anything, we lose everything. Yeah, there's nothing. Yep. Close game actually. They were on the verge of stabilizing. Okay, that's a good curve. Again, Crusaders in this deck are not completely insane, but still serviceable, I think. I'm kind of tempted to play that over the Dryad, even though Dryad pushes more damage through, but eventually we get a 1-1 then. So I think it's fine. Since this will probably go on Crusader. And then Crusader gets a valid fight target or bite target. Or whatever the red card is. So this is better versus... What can they go? Are there some flash creatures? There's the 2-2. Like, yeah, versus Essence Scatter, that's worse. There's the 2-2, but it's a rare. A green one. I think I'm actually gonna play that, even if there's... Because it's so good if we just play it out here. And if there's a spot removal, this might be better anyhow. That's fine. Well, it's a pretty annoying creature because it just trades with a raptor. Ooh. But I think this turn I'm doing that. They just swing all. If they block here, they trade, but yeah, I think we swing all here. Because they're pretty forced to block one of these. Okay. Yeah, they gain 1 life, but this was what, 7, 8? -1, 7 damage. Yeah, Lich is really good. Doesn't die to a shock. Pretty good. Do we go for the same logic? Put this here. 6, then this here. So this goes here either way. Ooh, insane. Okay, now I'm just going for that. Yeah, I'm taking it back. Crusader is still really good. Obviously. Can be awkward sometimes because like these just don't work on the Crusader, but once you pump it with either one of these, it gets insane. Mono red hand, but gotta keep that. Gotta keep that. Just don't have a shock, Hopo, because we're in a lot of trouble if there's a shock. By shock, I mean wild slash tap land. Forest, one time. Fetch. But Raptor was not a bad draw at all. Oh, that one is good. I just cannot refuse that. It's just too strong. Too strong of a play. Even though I could go Raptor first, but... Is this attacking? So I could only attack with these two. Because then I have that potentially. I can see this being actually better. This can still kill or either go face or kill a bigger creature. And that gets that. I think I should just kill it. Because this is less mana efficient. Yeah, they get fell, but... Okay. Because I'm not ready to lose a Crusader yet. That's fine. I don't think you sack. Trades here, but it take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, well. I'm taking back everything I said about Crusader. Look at that. Just needs a Dragon Mantle and it does everything. We have 5 creatures there on 3 life. There's only mass removal in red. Well, that's a fine keep. We start from 1 into turn 3. Incarnate. On the play. Skellis has been actually pretty good in this format just because red is so present and this gives you an early blocker. Yeah, possibly our worst matchup. Because these colors just have removal. Okay. We deal some damage here. Now it's about Dreadbore or no Dreadbore. Because we hit for 7-8 potentially. Well, this probably blocks here, but yeah. Okay, there's also the cruelty. Just a lot of removals in these colors. I'll swing all. Man, if if we had a Rampager here, they would get so freaking punished. But we don't. No respect for Rampy. Ooh. That's a brutal one. So should I wait? But if I kill that, I can attack both. Depends what we get. If we get something, we probably don't want to use one now. I'll kill that. Okay, good choice. I shouldn't have played that. That was just bad. Well, that was just bad. Yeah, okay, that was bad. I was too fixated they got a triple block. Even though it would be funny if it worked. Because then, then we would get a better exchange potentially, but... Missed on maybe a damage. Although I'm really surprised they didn't block. Rampager would be great. Trample. They're on 9. Huh. Okay, they're sacking it. But I'm still too bad to do that. Okay. So they had to have something that deals either 3 damage or double fall. Or I don't even know. So they wanted us to block with a 4 toughness creature. I mean, we could have just taken it, was another thing. But I felt the Satyr was a pseudo free block. Okay, a little bit awkward. The tap land is a problem here, but I'm gonna keep. Could go 1 and not play the Warhound unless we get a land, because we can put this here. It might be better. I'm still gonna start with Crusader. Wow, punished. Okay, we got really punished. I'll play this out now. Because it would be so much better to go experiment 1 plus Crusader on turn 2. Sure, that's not even that bad. What is this? No, I'll just play the Raptor out. We might need the Warhound for the pump. I don't think anything gets it. Well, I guess if they... Huh. Just go Pia. This is so much damage. And we have Trample then. And yeah, if they Pacifism we just sack it or something. That Pacifism would be by far the worst, but... These colors are not great at dealing with that. There's no mass removal. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Another sketchy one, but we get to redraw. We kept this hand before, so we gotta be consistent. This one is on the draw though. Wow. That stops aggro usually. Well, this might be our downfall, the Trailblazer. I'll see. Oh, okay. Yeah, I said it. I mean, we're the worst possible matchup for turn 1 Trailblazer because, like, how do we kill kill a 7 toughness creature? Just can't. That's just impossible. Should I even try? I'll just concede. Gotta keep it. We have an interactive spell into a curve from 3. We obviously would want a cheaper spell, but a cheaper creature, but it is what it is. Okay. It'd be great to get a 2-drop, even though not that big of a deal if they don't have anything. At least instant speed looks rough for them, but we're pretty weak to spot removal. Probably best to kill it. Because we adding to the board actually is a better tempo play. But they get free attack, so... And fight spells are a huge reason to just fight it now. Red board. Dread board. So yeah, with the land, I think the other play would be better, but what can you do? If we didn't get a land, we didn't really double spell. Okay, that's fine. They tap out. I think it's so good to push damage through with this deck. I could go here, but maybe we need another creature. And I think this is more risky actually than that. Because this we can always decide to just play out if we don't want to go for the pump. Stompy. A 2 mana 2/2. Okay, ultimate price is a good card. So they're dead. They go to one if they block, but I don't expect them to block here. This is lethal. Pretty generic Stompy here. There's not much gameplay to our deck. It is what it is. We're getting the W's. Oh, what a sketchy hand. Pia is good. Heel cutter is good. No green. I think I'm still keeping. Good draws are obviously mentals. Anything that targets that we can cast. Green source is not the worst. Well, don't have a shock. That's pretty good. It lets us do something next turn. With a Crusader possibly, or this is fine. Well, this one is I think way more sketch to just, well, but if they didn't have anything on one, what do they have on two? Dragon. But I think I'm still going for this because it's better than exposing heel cutter. Like draconic roar, but yeah. Double pump. If they didn't kill it, they don't have anything, so flash creature potentially. Okay. Still not a bad exchange by any means. Maybe if I attacked played first, they would have just... Yeah, I should have just attacked first. That was just bad. Because I could have killed it. That was hasty. I didn't think of that creature at all. Okay, so here... Okay, that was actually pretty bad. Because now we can fight it, is the idea. Mystic is really good. Okay, that makes it awkward now. This would trade for that. It doesn't really achieve anything. But I think it's better to play that out. Yeah. Wait, what? Huh. That was weird. I mean, I played this game super badly, but I think this block is way worse than anything what I did. That would have been so good. I'm a little bit afraid of that, but I guess for that reason we just play a heel cutter here. Swing out. Could be that they just don't have spells, which is really hard to believe versus those colors. Let's pass. Could have gone for one more damage, but it's, I don't know. Just like adding to the board, our hand is pretty taxing. That's pretty good. We're still up. We're actually up on cards now. Because this Crusader generated value. Like Crusader with combination of Dragon's Mantle actually generated value. Okay. I'm just gonna go here because we get to attack. This is debatable to just play it out because we can get both potentially. But probably not. We don't get a land, we only play one, and we're not in that bad of a spot. I mean, this card is really annoying. We're gonna kill it next turn. And I don't think they can just attack. They need another spell to attack. And they have one blue. A single blue mana. There's the tap. Well, I got in a land. Well, we attack first either way, but then the question is, do we actually kill that? Because these two will trade for that. I'll just trade and go Pia. I think that's a good compromise. We're in a really bad spot versus. Okay, never mind. If they do that, I can go here. I'll just get the heel cutter back. Now we have so many ways to deal lethal. This can regenerate even, but I don't know what gets 3 creatures here. They have 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. 5 mana, only 6 potentially. Okay. Okay, they got our Atraxa. If that was... or Atarka, not Atraxa. Atraxa is a different card. Let's go. Oh, this is it? Trophy? I think this was a really suboptimal mono red drafts, mono red slash whatever else we got, so we ended up Gruul. But I think that just proves my theory there. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, don't hate me too much for not drafting the proper way. Until next time.